It says something, does it not? That the executives wish to have everyone else physically beneath them?
It's the single most stressful experience of my life.
Yeah, but you killed it in there. Genevieve seemed genuinely interested.
Lyndon didn't seem too impressed with the numbers, though.
The only thing that impresses Layton is a designer suit, which is way out of our budget right now.
Well, hey, if
Ryujin CEO is no joke in the boardroom.
Can I help you?
Name and appointment. That's neither your name or appointment. If you're expected, I need that information before allowing you in. So again, name and appointment.
He's with me, Maeve. We have an appointment with Ularu. She should be expecting us.
Thank you, Imogene. I'll mark you down as confirmed. Ularu's in a meeting with Genevieve, but they should be done any minute now if you want to wait right here.
Thanks, Maeve.
Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
You know, if they aren't willing, that leaves us with one option.
God, Ularu, is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
Good. You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far? In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
And on top of all that, a flawless record. It's no wonder they love you up here. I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly. I'd use the word trust loosely. We maintain a relationship of sorts. Those who come through get paid, and those who don't, well, they won't live to regret it. That's exactly the type of operative I want. Someone who doesn't take no for an answer. Your contact is Simon Rychek. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them. You get reimbursed once the assignment is complete, but the immediate cost is on you. If you don't have the money by now due to poor financial skills, I can only hope your negotiation skills are up for the challenge. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Razor Derby is the only real sport. Yes, got it.
They're a batball team that sucks. They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Simon despises batball, though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return. According to Simon Ryujin, it's the only real sport in the galaxy. But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. Movies are more my thing when it comes to entertainment.
Exactly.
Just get what we need. You'll find him above the Lux condos in Sidonia's Plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Sidonia. The UC clings to its old ways. I suspect the Sol system would be abandoned otherwise.
Careful near the railings on the upper levels. It's a long way down.
Do you imagine anyone actually enjoys living here?
Can't wait to
I
get on.
simply cannot.
Another derelict vessel has been found. All hands aboard were dead, and the signs point to Varun zealots. The call has gone out for both Freestar Collective and United Colonies Security to unite and do something about this common threat. But cooperation is in short supply after
Sidonia, what a dump. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going? Not much to see. Same old buildings, same old rocks. What I wouldn't give for a beer and some real entertainment around here. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Staryards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
At least you're being open about the fact that you are gouging us.
Very well. If we are not presented with a more reasonable offer, we will be left with no choice but to take the information.
I don't think Ryujin would be too happy to hear about losing one of their informants.
Well, I do not work for Ryujin, so I care little what they might think. All I care about is a fair price.
All right, I get it. You want reasonable? This is as low as I go. You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Milai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived. She's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any second thoughts, you should think of it as doing the settled systems a favor. Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. Even named it Ember. She'd never just hand it over. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's superstitious, which makes the gun all the more precious to her.
At least, not without a better reason.
Well then, let's see those credits. I knew you'd see reason. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself. Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well paid informant. Here to point you in the right direction. Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big. Nice doing business with you.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what?
Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. He's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion.
Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat.
Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum.
Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech.
Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Perhaps we'll have the pleasure of doing business again.
In other news, on the lifeless planet of Vectera, a mining operation run by Argos extractors was attacked by the
Almost break time.
Come on. Constellation to dig resources on the planet, but their routine job turned deadly.
Very practical to seal this off and make it habitable. Also rather visually pleasing. Deimos. One of the earliest shipbuilders, and desperate to remain relevant.
You want to help me move some stuff into my new apartment?
I've got my eye on you.
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it. You've got a little spark in you. I like it. Now, let's see if what Mr. Ryujin found was worth all the fuss. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. This is a sales initiative for Project Dominion. It's not an Infinity Ltd design. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name. Meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Hey,
Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity Ltd. has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need Fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity Ltd. has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation. I suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, I can give you some details. Project Dominion is our latest advancement in neuroamp technology. Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion would be the first surgically implanted internal neuroamp on the market. The project itself was nearing completion, which is why exposing the mole is of utmost importance. We can't allow any more research to fall into their hands. Indeed. A mess that I expect you to help clean up, and quickly. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our Chief Security Officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us.